Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the women's edition of the Holy War, coming off of a first game tonight that was pretty thrilling between the two teams. Cascade Christian's boys team coming out on top, but it's the girls going at it here in the nightcap this evening. I'm Nate Goodyear. Jake McCoy will be running the camera and talking along with me this evening, and it looks like we've got a matchup that hopefully you throw the records out the window with these two teams. Cascade Christian has lost 2 in a row, but they come into this contest at 9-8, 2-2 in the Far West League, which puts them right down in the middle of the pack. Several teams right now at 2-2 in the girls' part of the conference. But for St. Mary's, they're coming in at 1-15 on the year. They are 0-4 in conference play, with their only win coming against conference foe Douglas in a non-conference game early in the season, all the way back in December, the first week of the year. 66-59, they topped Douglas. So they're looking to get off the hook with a win to start conference play. And before we get things going tonight, and hopefully a cracker between Cascade Christian and St. Mary's, we're going to have some words from our sponsor. We want to thank you for tuning in on TableRockSports.net.
Rock Sports would like to thank you fans for watching tonight and for your great comments on our new YouTube-based Lithia Superstore Game Center. Located on the homepage of our website, you can watch multiple streams live or go full screen with your favorite team's game. One way to help us keep this great service going is by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just type Table Rock Sports in the search bar and click on the red subscribe button. You'll be entered to win prizes and get notices on local sporting events before they go live. You help us with a click, we'll help keep you in the game when you can't be there live, and you'll have a chance to win crispy, crunchy chicken and 2020 game tickets to an Oregon College event. Subscribe.
Your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you. The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
Welcome back to Cascade Christian High School, and right on time. The national anthem is just finished up. It looks like we're on our way for the starting lineups here. Once again, it's Nate Goodyear and Jake McCoy with you, swapping seats for the second game. We'll kind of follow the starting lineups along with you. It looks like for St. Mary's going first, of course, in the dark blues on the road. You've got Olivia Lippert, a junior, starting at guard. It looks like Riker Rothfuss, a sophomore. That's Abby Chrisman. And freshman Kelsey Dunn. So there's the starting five for the St. Mary's Crusaders. They're coached by Kim Soldan. They sit at 0-4 in the Far West League. 1-15 on the season overall. If you are just joining us, their only win this season coming against conference foe Douglas, but it was in the third game of the season, 66-59. So now it's up to Cascade Christian coming out. We got Neha Joseph, followed by fellow junior Caitlin Willard. Junior Paisley Fish. And another junior. What a shock, Liz White. Only one senior on Cascade Christian, that's Sophie Ferreira. They're facing a young team in St. Mary's who comes in with 4 freshmen on the roster and not a single senior. So they've certainly had their growing pains, whereas Cascade Christian is trying to settle their way into conference play. They're 9-8, 2-2. However, they've lost their last 2 contests at Elkton as well as at Douglas. They failed to score very well in either of those games, falling 53-40 to Elkton and then only scoring 31 points in their loss to Douglas coming on January 24th. About set to get underway here. We swapped out 2 of the officials from the boys' game. This gentleman running lead ran with the boys earlier. In the center circle, it's Kelsey Dunn who nearly wins the tip, but Cascade Christian's going to get the first possession of the ball game. Into the lane, somewhat uncontested, and an easy 2-pointer for Liz White. Makes it simple when you do it that way. Here's Lippert up top. From the corner, looking for 3. Nicely done from Morgan Dole.
Oh, she can shoot it. She can definitely shoot it.
The freshman pulling the trigger on a nice look.
It's a good confidence builder when you come out and knock down the first one.
Things even early on, stolen away, and a nice dish underneath. Easy bucket, Paisley Fish. 4-2 challengers. Just a minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Here's Dunn at the high post. Feed inside, off the hands of Lippert, but then deflected as well by Eliana Haglock. Lippert to inbound. On the floor, stays with St. Mary's. Here's Lippert once again. She's going to get it back and attack from the right side. Lippert feeds, jumper on the way. Chrisman, no good. Rebound out to Dunn, however, and it's stolen away. On the break, Fish stops up short, picks the glass, and registers a bucket. 6-2 challengers. Just over 90 seconds in now. Lippert tried to save the backcourt violation and would have been just as well off taking it there. Paisley Fish for the first 6. And a 3-second violation. Eliana Haglock was just camping out a little bit too long there. 6:02 left in the opening quarter. I want to thank you for joining us on TableRockSports.net. St. Mary's, of course, in the dark blue. Cascade moving right to left in the white. Nice defense on the perimeter. Struggling is St. Mary's, and then they're going to get bailed out with a foul. Things got kind of physical down in the corner. Olivia Lippert hit the floor. Riker Rothfuss also in on the scrum as well. Foul there on Caitlin Willard, by the way. That's her first personal. Into the lane, taken away from Riker Rothfuss.
Good look
Feed
ahead
up
pass.
court. Oh, nice look, but unable to finish. Haglock. And a traveling violation against St. Mary's. Liz White to inbound. Looking for Fish underneath on the block. Lost the handle. Defended by Lippert. Blows right by her. Easy bucket. And that's 6 now for Paisley Fish. It's a bit of a mismatch on Lippert, height-wise. And then Fish showing off her ability to do work off the dribble as well. Out of bounds. Stays with Cascade. Substitution here for the challengers. Senior Sophie Ferreira is checking in. She'll make her first appearance with 5:19 left in the opening quarter. Placing Eliana Haglock. St. Mary's to inbound. Lippert in the corner, trapped. Dumps it off to Rothfuss for 3. Too strong. Lippert will try her hand. High arcing jumper comes up short. And rebound cleared by Caitlin Willard. Quick pass up court and a nice finish. Making her presence known right away, Sophie Ferreira. Off of a nice feed, it's 10-2 challengers. Here's Rothfuss, hounded defensively. Whistle finally on Paisley Fish. That's going to be her first personal foul. Second team foul against the challengers. 4:45 left in the opening quarter. In the corner, Dole. Looks for an entry pass and has it poked away. Ferreira knocked it away, and then the loose ball goes to Nia Joseph, who is tied up right away. A jump ball will remain with Cascade. Lippert's inbound to Dole, drives with the left hand, and she's fouled. Morgan Dole will head to the line to shoot 2. First one is good.
Morgan Dole, even as a freshman, is one of the more dynamic scorers on this team.
Well, she's accounted for all of them so far. Second free throw on the way. And it's good. St. Mary's cuts it to 6 with 4.5 to play in the opening quarter. Callie Sweem now in the ballgame for Cascade Christian. She handles the ball on the wing. Tries to feed inside. Spinning around, and a one-handed scoop shot is too strong from Liz White. Rebound knocked away, and the putback is good.
Oh, good steal. Steal on the inbound.
Paisley Fish just getting her hands on everything. Paisley Fish wreaking havoc back there. Eliana Haglock is going to check back into the game now. She'll replace Liz White. Sweem to inbound. She finds Fish. Fish is doubled right away. Pass inside. Haglock. She's doubled. Nice pass out of it. Driving baseline is Caitlin Willard. She's cut off nicely. Now into the lane, Fish. Oh, it looked like it was going to be a clean block that time, and good defense from Abby Chrisman, but she's whistled for the foul, and Haglock will go to the line for 2. Haglock misses the first. Second one no good either. But the rebound stays with Cascade Christian. Willard for 3, no good. Put back to Paisley Fish. She now has 8 of the challengers' 14. Rothfuss loses the dribble. And a foul. Lippert had it knocked away. That one's going to go against Caitlin Willard, her second. Lippert's going to check out now. We're going to see Zoe Young check into the game for the first time for the Crusaders. Young will get her hands on the ball right away. There's Mejia, top of the circle. She's going to attack with the right hand. Kicks it out. Good look for three. No good from Dole. And the rebound is out of bounds off the hands of Chrisman. .330 left in the opening quarter. That ball picked away by Rothfuss, but then taken right back by Fish. Now she's got a head of steam moving forward. Dumps it out to Sweem, who now finds a jumper at the top of the key that's good from Sophie Ferreira. Good ball movement there, Jake, by the challengers.
Good ball movement. Good shot, too. I think that thing didn't even touch the rim.
Dole answers back with a three.
She can shoot it for a freshman. I love it.
Yeah, she's gotten a couple of good looks, and she's not afraid to pull the trigger.
Oh, definitely.
I feel like that's probably really the hope here for St. Mary's, is for her to get hot.
Watch out for Mejia, too. She's kind of the utility player for St. Mary's. She's checking in.
Weaving into the lane and the foul, Sophie Ferreira.
Cascade team coming out tough offensively. Kind of just making everything they're putting up, you know.
Yeah, just a strong take there.
Getting some good inside looks as well, too, you know. Kind of working inside out more than, you know, just relying on the three ball.
Yeah. And the foul shot's good for Ferreira. So she's having herself quite a game coming off the bench already with 7. Nearly outscored the entire St. Mary's team. Working on the wing. Now it's to Dole. Dole, a little too strong. Rebound cleared by Haglock. Here's Joseph into the front court. Hounded by Young. Getting aggressive with the hands. Zoe Young with good lateral movement to try to keep with Nia Joseph there. Drive and kick. 3-ball on the way. Sweem didn't have the legs for it. Here's Rothfuss with the board. 2:10 left in the first. Crusaders trail 19-7. Dole spins into the lane. A block there by Sweem. Numbers coming this way for Cascade Christian. Into the lane, Ferreira, too strong off the glass. Nicely defended by Morgan Dole. But another turnover in the backcourt. That time, Dole couldn't get her feet in the right spot. She's whistled for the foul. And that will send Sophie Ferreira to the line. She's been a terror coming off the bench in the first quarter.
Playing very well, giving them a good spark off the bench. You know, that's all you can ask for, you know, from the six woman.
The lone senior on this challenger roster. First foul shot is good. You know, and sometimes leadership can take a lot of forms, especially with a young team. Yeah. But to be able to deal with a role coming off the bench and knowing you're going to get playing time. She's clearly one of the better players on this team. There's no shortage of touchers for her.
Yeah. And
sometimes it's important, as she misses the second foul shot and a foul the other way, sometimes it's important to show that humility.
Right.
To be that senior leadership.
Absolutely. Just kind of, you know, hey, you know, everybody plays a role in this, you know, and whether that role be a starter or someone, you know, coming off the bench, just play your game and, you know, you do whatever you can to help your team, and I feel like that's what she's doing so far.
And it's certainly cliche at this point, too, is that ball's knocked away by Joseph in the lane, and she's going to pull it back out. Now she turns, finds herself wide open, and misses from 10. Nice feed inside. Haglock unable to finish, but she was fouled. Goes against Abbott Salmon, her first. Anyway, to just kind of get back to the point, yeah, to, you know, it's cliche, but it's not about who starts, it's who finishes.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better.
Ferreira so far with 8 of Cascade's 20 points as Haglock misses the first free throw. It's a way to earn your way onto the floor at the end of the game.
Absolutely.
Both foul shots no good. Kelsey Dunn clears the board for St. Mary's. 1:20 seconds left in the first quarter. That pass a little bit wide, saved by Dole. Turning, facing up is Dunn, and she turns it over. Joseph has another opportunity. She's going to go for it, and she's fouled on the way up. No choice there but for Paige Rajagopal to commit the foul there.
Paige Rajagopal, another good shooter, but sometimes can get a little shy. She can get a little trigger shy.
Joseph at the line for two.
I'll tell you what, when she gets hot, and she can shoot the ball. I'm always very encouraging to Paige to say, Paige, hey, get your shots up, You deserve them.
Hey, man, if the ball is round, get it on the rim.
Amen.
That's what it's there for.
Amen.
Both free throws no good, and here comes St. Mary's, an opportunity. Too strong, though. St. Mary's will retain possession with a minute left to play in the opening quarter. And that's going to lead us to a timeout. So Kim Soldan wants to talk it over before they take it out underneath the basket. 1 minute left to play. We're going to keep it here. 30-second timeout. Cascade Christian on top, 20-7. So far, the bulk of the scoring, Jake, has been done by Paisley Fish. She's got 8. 8 for Sophie Ferreira as well. The other buckets coming courtesy of Liz White and Callie Sweem. The 7 points on the board for St. Mary's have all come off the hot hand of Morgan Dole. Right now is a good time to remind you, Travel Medford and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission invite you to be part of the premier local sports event of the year. Thursday, February 13th is the 6th annual Top 10 Sports Stories and Awards Banquet. Spend an evening celebrating great moments and athletes from the past year, and with proceeds benefiting the Southern Oregon Sports Commission. Visit travelmedford.org to purchase your tickets, and we'll see you there. Here's Salmon on the wing. Looking to set up Rajagopal, but she's denied nicely by Joseph. Picking up her dribble now is Salmon, calling for help. Finally finds Mejia, who spins into the lane. Nice defense from Ferreira. But a foul with 42.6 left in the opening quarter. First personal on Ferreira. 6th team foul against Cascade. Nice lob pass into Dunn. Count it, and the foul. Well, that was somewhat unexpected. All the credit there to the inbounds pass.
Mejia, I'm telling you, she's kind of that utility player. She does it all. Dunn
certainly has a length advantage down low, and that pass was just in the perfect spot for her to go up, pass, snag it. And a strong finish.
That's what we call a dime.
Good job by Dunn to finish the three-point play, and the deficit is now down to 10 for the Crusaders. 35 seconds left in the opening quarter. Faking the dribble handoff into the lane is White. A nice scoop shot is good. 4 points now for Liz White, and the lead is back up to 12. Dole has already hit 2 threes. She's definitely a threat from beyond the arc. Nice shimmy by Rajagopal. Pulls up at the elbow. Oh, that's a nice look. You want her to keep getting that all night. Mejia fouled on the putback with 7.1 seconds remaining. That was a nice little move by Paige to weave her way into the lane, get to her spot at the elbow.
Yeah, she doesn't miss those very often. That was a good look.
You just got to tell her she's just got to keep shooting them.
Yeah, she just got to install that confidence in her brain that she's obviously young, only a sophomore. So I think, as time goes on, she'll obviously install more confidence in her jump shot. I think, if you ever look at her coach, her coach will be, nagging her, saying, shoot it.
Mejia splits the foul shots, and it's stolen by Dunn. 3 seconds left. Going up, Salmon, and the foul! Well, just like that, Abbott Salmon finishing through contact.
What a great way to finish the quarter.
There's 1.5 seconds remaining. That whistle against Liz White, her second. going to get a lane violation. Looked like they might have called it against the shooter, too. I'm not sure. Unfortunate turn of events, but 22-13 your score. 1.5 seconds remaining before the close of the quarter. Inbounds, big heave. Liz White comes up short. So, Jake, 1 quarter complete. We'll step aside and hear from our sponsors. Cascade Christian 22, St. Mary's 13 on.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthernoregon.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us.
Back with you at the start of the second quarter. Nate Goodyear and Jake McCoy with you on this live television event, TableRockSports.net. Thrilled to bring you the Holy War here between St. Mary's and Cascade Christian. Cascade, of course, hosting in this one. We're live at their gym. 22-13, the score after the opening quarter. The story for Cascade Christian, 16 points combined. Sophie Ferreira and Paisley Fish with 8 points apiece doing the majority of the scoring. For St. Mary's, it was Morgan Dole that hit a couple of threes and really did a good job of keeping the Crusaders with a 9-point deficit. So Cascade Christian will start the second quarter with the ball. And with that, we are underway. Here's Fish trying to go baseline, gets cut off, but dumped inside quickly for White, who feeds it back out to Haglock, who misses too strong from inside. Rebound cleared by Mejia. Here's Dole weaving around defenders into the lane. That's too easy for Morgan Dole. She now has 9. I mean, just blew right by the defender on the block.
It's a good, strong take.
Fish defended nicely the last couple of possessions by Dole. That runner's no good.
So we got Fish on one side and Salmon on the other, huh? Okay.
I see you, St. Mary's. Here's Dole drawing a double team now.
Good
She
move.
pulls up, but a whistle away from the ball. I think we're going to get an illegal screen.
It's a good, strong, good spin-off move, able to get the jumper.
In the whistle against Mejia, it's her second. I was wondering why that opened up so nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good move. Don't get me wrong. But there was
a little bit of an illegal screen.
It's like, man, that just parted everything. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, okay, it makes sense now.
Minute 15 here into the second quarter. That pass telegraphed all the way and stolen by Salmon, who's had a nice impact off the bench. All right, Morgan Dole's looking for a heat check here.
Absolutely.
She gets a look, she's got to pull the trigger, but she finds Salmon, who drives baseline nicely and has that ball tipped away. Good late defense there by Haglock. Now it's a break for Cascade Christian into the open court. Up off the glass and good for Caitlin Willard. Looked like a little contact there as well. Willard did a good job to finish. Pump fake from Raja Gopal, and she has it taken away. Mejia, wild shot. Got nothing. Going to see a couple of substitutions here from the Crusaders. Abby Christman and Olivia Lippert are going to check in, replacing Kelsey Dunn and Abbott Salmon respectively. And now another late sub, Kaylee Connor, will replace Paige Rajagopal. And what do you know, Sophie Ferreira coming off the bench now as well. Looks like she's going to be replacing Eliana Haglock. .5:45 left in the half. Joseph. Nice spin move inside. Ferreira can't find the bucket. Rebound down to Fish. She's going to try to take it herself. Stops in the lane. Nice move. Scores with the left hand. Paisley Fish now has 10. Leading scorers so far in the ball game, and Cascade extends their lead to 11. That one's going to stay with St. Mary's.
There's the shooter. Oh.
Ugh.
Somebody opened the door in here. The breeze caught that one.
Possession stays with St. Mary's as it's knocked out of bounds.
Hate when that happens, right?
Oh, man. We're gotta. The bank's not open that late.
Yeah, gotta keep the doors closed.
Lippert struggling to inbound, and that's a 5-second violation.
Good defense there by Cascade. Able to deny the inbounds.
Fans, stop into any of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to people and things that matter most. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of us right here on Table Rock Sports. Paisley Fish is going to head to the line. Second foul on Morgan Dole, 7th team foul here in the first half, so both teams in the bonus now. Fish is good from the line. Riker Rothfuss back in the game. Morgan Dole will get a breather. There really are some pretty good freshmen on this team. Both free throws are good. And so, even though they've gone through their struggles so far early in the year here, Jake, you have to think there's a pretty bright future for this St. Mary's program.
Absolutely. Definitely, as you say, they're definitely a younger squad, but definitely a bright future for them. As you can see, a lot of them can shoot the ball well. Mejia, strong freshman as well, kind of a utility player. So I think it's just kind of what you would say, kind of like a rebuilding year almost. But you also don't want to, take away from any of their accomplishments.
Stays with St. Mary's. 4:15 left in the second quarter. 28-15 the score. Yeah, that's,
I would say it's fair to say it's a rebuilding year.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the record. There's not a senior on the roster, so you've got a foul here in the backcourt. If you look at just Kelsey Dunn and Morgan Dole alone,
right? Absolutely.
You've got you got a size, and you got a shooter.
Absolutely, that's going to be a deadly duo come the following years for sure.
Sophie Ferreira at the free throw line as we're shooting foul shots from here on out.
This Cascade team has been very strong from the free throw line, as they're able to extend this lead to 14.
Nice rebound and finish from Liz White. She now has 6, and the challenger advantage is up to 16 with 4 minutes left to play in the opening half. Rothfuss trying to find some dribble penetration on the wing. And the pass is a little too wily for Zoe Young. So it's going to be a timeout for Kim Soldan. She wants to talk it over. That means we're going to talk it over as well. It's a full timeout We'll be back after this on TableRockSports.net.
I'm Ian McDonald, Medford Police Department School Resource Officer for Hedrick Middle School, as well as Lone Pine, Hoover, and Roosevelt Elementaries. Resource officers provide a consistent presence on campus to protect and support students and staff and to keep them informed and updated on safety issues. It's also our job to work with our surrounding neighborhoods on behavior or nuisance issues. Contact your school if you have a concern. I'm School Resource Officer Ian McDonald, working to ensure the safety.
Contagious.
Back with you at Cascade Christian High School. I'm Nate Goodyear. He is Jake McCoy. It's 31-15 Challengers. I want to thank you for joining us on TableRockSports.net. You see our fancy graphics there on the John L. Scott scoreboard. And we want to remind you that Doctors James Savage and Rajiv Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls are ready to help. To learn more, schedule your complimentary implant consultation. Call 541-779-3781. Paisley Fish, the high scorer in this one. She's really done some heavy work here in the first half with 3:48 left to play. 12 of the Challengers' 31 points for the junior Fish. You got to give credit to Sophie Ferreira, too. Strong impact off the bench for the senior. Liz White attacking from the baseline. She finds Joseph from 18. But the rebound to Ferreira. Putback is blocked. Nice defense by Rothfuss. But the loose ball back to Cascade. Swing to Joseph. Approaching the 3-minute mark. As Mejia knocks it out of bounds. Both teams in the bonus. 9 team fouls for Cascade to 8 for St. Mary's, so it's really been pretty even on both sides of the ball. Whistle here is going to go against Zoe Young. That's her first, 9th team foul. Ferreira will head to the line. She has been money from the stripe so far tonight, looking to add to her tally. The first one is well short, and the rebound is cleared by the Crusaders. Almost. Eliana Haglock is going to check back into the game for Liz White. White gets a breather with 3 minutes left in the half. She has 6 points. Now we're going to see Kelsey Dunn check back into the game as well. Dunn is tied up. And it'll flip over to Cascade Christian, so good hands there by Caitlin Willard. Joseph finds Haglock, who takes one dribble and picks it up. Now she goes to Joseph. Fouled in the backcourt. Or in the front court, I should say, in the back end of the front court. I'll get it right eventually. Give me a break. Riker Rothfuss with the foul, her first.
It's our second game, you know. We gotta give us a little break here.
Joseph will head to the line, looking to open her scoring account on the evening, and she does. .242 left in the half. Both free throws are good. Cascade up 33-15 on the John L. Scott scoreboard, and they're going to apply some pressure in the backcourt. Rothfuss dribbles through it, finds a streaking Zoe Young on the wing, who turns it over. Nice pass from Rothfuss, and that was a double dribble. I think Willard thought she might get away with it for a second, but our official on the near side had his eyes on it. Here's Rothfuss, top of the circle. Screen from Dunn. And it's mishandled and turned over. Wide open, 3 on none. Nice feed up court. Willard with the finish. Assist to Sophie Ferreira. She made it happen, and it's 35-15 Challengers. There's airtight defense from Cascade Christian. Active hands, good feet. Well, except for there, Rothfuss just unable to finish, but she found her way in with a nice move. Inside 2 minutes now, and a feed from Willard directly to St. Mary's, but then they give it right back and promptly foul. The foul is going to go against Dunn, her first, and it'll send Caitlin Willard to the line. 1:47 left in the half, which means the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report is coming up. We're going to recap some of the scoring and stats and tell you about some great youth sports programs coming up in 2020. Visit playmedford.com to learn more or to register your young superstar. Both free throws are good for Willard, and her reward is a seat on the bench. She'll get a breather for the rest of the half with 6 points. And a pretty good half all around for Caitlin Willard. Just kind of been active defensively and getting her teammates the ball. 37-15 the score. Rothfuss on the wing, looking for Young, now to Lippert. Lippert has it knocked away. 1:28 remaining now in the second quarter. Liz White's going to check back into the ball game for Callie Sweem. And we'll see Paige Rajagopal now. Looks like we're trying to get another shooter in the ball game. She'll check in for Olivia Lippert. Dunn to Rajagopal. She'll pull. She's short. And a whistle on the rebound. It's going to go against Kelsey Dunn. They're saying she pushed off. I didn't see it from here, but she did create an awful lot of space.
Yeah, definitely in the double bonus here, so I don't know what the holdup is on out the other end. I think they might have forgot.
Ferreira's going to head to the line. After all that, they also kind of got confused as to who the foul was actually committed against.
Right. Ferreira just able to knock down everything she's pretty much touching.
Yeah, double figures now for the senior. And after cashing them both.
Is she 100% from the line tonight?
No, she's missed a couple,
Okay.
but not too many.
Not very memorable. You know, all I see is her hitting all her free throws.
Fish with a spin move into the lane. She misses. Looked like good defense from Rajagopal, and the rebound down to St. Mary's. A minute left to play here in the second quarter. Crusaders trail by 14. That's going to be a traveling violation. Yeah, Rothfuss took off a little too early. Saw a clear path to the lane and just couldn't hold her horses. Junior Zoe Young providing some pressure in the backcourt. Fish out of the double to White. Nice ball fake into the lane. Another ball fake, but has it knocked away. Quick hands from Kaylee Connor, but it gets right back to White. And she's able to finish 41-15. It's 8 points for Liz White. Rothfuss. That's going to be another travel, I believe. Are we actually going to get a foul call? I thought the steps came before the contact. It's Hannah Poisson that's in the middle of the ruckus, and it is going to be a traveling violation. 20 seconds left. Cascade probably going to be content to, well, take a wide open path to the basket. Nice hands late once again. It's Connor, but the putback to Fish. 14 points for Fish as Rajagopal comes up just short, and that's going to bring us to the half. So, our score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, 43-15 in favor of Cascade Christian at the break. It's been all challengers. If not for a good effort from St. Mary's, but just unable to keep up. So we're going to step aside for the Medford Parks and Rec Department halftime report. We'll be back with some stats, but not before a word from our sponsors here on TableRockSports.net.
Let's go! At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery provide professional, personal, and compassionate care for their patients. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls practice the full scope of services, from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. For more information or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781.
We think in our stores that we have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got grand champion, and today I got reserve grand champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. And the program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherb coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at Southern Oregon Sports.
All right, we're here at halftime, 43-15, Cascade Christian on top of St. Mary's on the John L. Scott scoreboard. The story of the first half was the Cascade Christian Challengers. I mean, look at the score. We got some of our scoring leaders here. Paisley Fish led the way of all scorers. She had 14 in the first half and was making her presence known really on both ends of the court. Had some steals, rebounds, and assists, just doing everything. And then Sophie Ferreira, the senior, the lone senior, coming off the bench to add 12 of her own. Those two accounting for the bulk of the scoring for Cascade Christian. Also on the board, you got Caitlin Willard with 6 in the first half. Nia Joseph with 2, both from the foul line, and Callie Sweem opening her account as well. For St. Mary's, it was a rough first half. It looked pretty good for them after the first quarter, in which they trailed 22-13, but then they got boat raced in the second quarter, being outscored 21-2. Just 2 points in the entirety of the second quarter for the Crusaders. Clearly something they want to improve on in the second half. Cascade just kind of running away from them, but you got to give credit to St. Mary's. They were out there. They put in a good effort. Morgan Dole had a pretty good game in the first half. She had 9 to lead the St. Mary's Crusaders. Then you had 2 from Abbott Salmon, 3 from Kelsey Dunn, and a basket from the foul line for Kathy Mejia. And Mejia as well, credit to her for a pretty good assist too on an inbounds pass in the first half, which she fed Kelsey Dunn, lobbed it up on top of the defense, and Dunn got her only 3 points of the night by making that basket and then promptly sinking the free throw. So again, 43-15 the score here in Game 2 of this Holy War doubleheader on TableRockSports.net. We're going to step aside for a word from our sponsors. Back with more after this.
Fox Sports would like to thank you fans for watching tonight and for your great comments on our new YouTube-based Lithia Superstore Game Center. Located on the homepage of our website, you can watch multiple streams live or go full screen with your favorite team's game. One way to help us keep this great service going is by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just type Table Rock Sports in the search bar and click on the red subscribe button. You'll be entered to win prizes and get notices on local sporting events before they go live. You help us with a click, we'll help keep you in the game when you can't be there live, and you'll have a chance to win crispy, crunchy chicken and 2020 game tickets to an Oregon College event. Subscribe.
Your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.oregon.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you. The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
Well, welcome back here to Cascade Christian High School here in Medford. I am Nate Goodyear. That is Jake McCoy next to me, running the camera and providing that sparkling color commentary you've all come to know and love throughout the course of our time together this evening that we value so greatly as our Table Rock Sports patrons. 43-15 the score at the half here. Cascade Christian on top on the John L. Scott scoreboard. And, well, Jake, I mean, the first half, it wasn't particularly close after the first quarter, but it looked like St. Mary's was showing some signs of life. After that, it just kind of got shut down in the second.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, kind of a perfect first half of Cascade, you know. So, I mean, obviously that's tough when you got a kind of a rebuilding year for St. Mary's, you know, a younger, a very young team. 4 starters, 4 freshmen. I mean, you know, doing the most they can, you know, just kind of. And
some of them doing some heavy lifting as well.
Yeah,
you know, your primary ball handlers. You've got
Morgan Dole.
You've got Morgan Dole, and then you've also got Riker Rothfuss, who's a sophomore.
Right.
And your primary post player is Kelsey Dunn, also a freshman.
Yeah.
So you're right. That's kind of a big thing that they're dealing with right now, and the fact that they were able to compete in that first quarter the way that they were, I think, shows that this program is headed in a positive direction.
Definitely. I would say, they definitely were, playing their game in the first quarter. It was a little one-sided in the second quarter. Obviously Cascade, playing phenomenal. I mean, what did they outscore them in the second quarter?
Yeah, 21-2.
21-2. So, I mean, obviously that's, that'll take a toll on you. And that'll obviously, show a larger deficit on the scoreboard than, realistically what it was in the first quarter. So, if you're St. Mary's here in the second half, just come out, play your game. Obviously, don't play looking at the scoreboard because that can obviously, take a toll on you. So I would say just come out, play your game, play the way they did in the first, and they could very well even up this game just a little bit.
Table Rock Sports is partnering with the Southern Oregon Sports Commission to promote the Know Your Role campaign to improve the culture surrounding youth sports. You'll hear messages from the campaign in tonight's game and can learn more by visiting travelmedford.org and click on Sports. The SOSC, Table Rock Sports, OSAA, and NFHS partners in supporting a healthy sporting environment for all. So as part of that blowout in the second quarter, mentioned 21-2 was the difference between the two teams there. One thing you can point to, Jake, is 5 team fouls committed by St. Mary's in the second quarter. Put Cascade Christian on the line almost immediately because they had gone into the second quarter with 5 team fouls as it was. Mm-hmm. Cascade Christian didn't commit a single foul in that quarter.
Big difference maker, definitely. Obviously, the Cascade able to convert from the free throw line as well, which is going to create a large deficit. Obviously, Rafera obviously playing very well, coming off the bench as a senior, like you said, just kind of playing with some humility. Obviously, with some younger players, starting ahead of her, she just said, "Hey, I'm going to come in, I'm going to play my role, I'm going to play with the team." And she's one of our leading scorers as of so far.
Yeah, Ferreira with 12. She's second only to Paisley Fish, who had a huge first half with 14, but between the two of them, obviously, 26 of the 43 points. And I think what's been most impressive about it is that they've done it in such an attacking fashion. They're going to the basket, and they're finding good shots. They're being aggressive. They're getting to the line.
Yeah, definitely. And converting. Obviously that's huge. Obviously, we just did the boys' game, and I think that was a big difference maker in the boys' game was that St. Mary's was just kind of unable to convert from the free throw line. I mean, they only lost by 8, and I think they missed over a large margin of 8. So,
much more.
Definitely a big factor. Obviously converting from the stripe. When you get them, you got to make them count. So, looking forward to this second half. We'll see if St. Mary's can chip away at this lead a little bit.
So St. Mary's will inbound. It's going to be Lippert, Christman, Rothfuss, Morgan Dole, and Kelsey Dunn, the 5 on the floor for the Crusaders. Here's Rothfuss. Back to the basket. She's swarmed as she picks up her dribble. Lippert's tied up, and Cascade Christian gets the ball right back.
And as I'm speaking about free throws, I look over to the side over there, and you got Forrester over there practicing his free throws. I like that. I like the extra dedication. That's a little bit of Mamba mentality right there. A little Kobe Bryant, and installing it.
Well, and that's the best time to practice free throws is when you're exhausted.
Exactly,
because that's when they matter, exactly. And you're there. You're not going to have your legs. Rothfuss got a little wild there at the end. Had it knocked away. (43-15) the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It's a tip and a turnover. And here come the challengers. Lippert trying to get it back right away. And she's going to come close to it. Ball tied up. And that was pretty close. I don't know if it was tied up. It looked to me like she rolled over before there was a dual possession, but I don't have the whistle. St. Mary's ball.
Yeah, it looks like when St. Mary's, got the turnover, they wanted a timeout. Kind of an inverted whistle right there, but they're going to go ahead and just give that possession to St. Mary's.
Rothfuss working on Fish. Steps back, had a look, doesn't want to pull the trigger. Dunn now, facing up. Rothfuss cut off by White. Now she's going to find her way in with the left hand. And she draws a hand check from Liz White, her third personal. Easy look from Dunn.
She's got that reach on people, She might as well use it to her advantage.
almost uncontested there because of the height advantage. 43-17 Challengers. Willard pulls, and she has it blocked. Nice defense by Dole. She leads the break the other way. She's got Rothfuss ahead of her. No numbers, and she loses it. Dribbles into traffic, forces a turnover, and here come the Challengers. Now Paisley Fish, the leading scorer in the ball game, cuts through the lane. Cascade now grinding the offense to a halt. Fish is going to attack. She pulls up. Too strong. Rebound knocked away. White had it blocked. Willard, her putback is good. 8 points for Caitlin Willard, and it's 47-17. 45-17, I should say. 5:47 remaining in the third quarter. Mejia attacking baseline. Nice take and a nice finish. Kathy Mejia. Her second and third points of the game. Mejia's got a really quick first step off the dribble.
Yeah, she does.
And is able to use her body really well to create leverage. If she gets a step on you, she can turn the corner pretty fast.
She has a very bright future, I'd say, in this program. Like I said, just kind of a utility player, you know, and obviously that gets a little bias from me because I love a player that can do it all. You know?
Just a glue player.
Exactly, just kind of just keeps the team together, you know.
She's had a couple of fantastic inbounds passes in this game as well that have both led directly to assists. All right, timeout on the floor, so we're going to step aside. It's a full timeout. On the John L. Scott scoreboard, Cascade Christian 45, St. Mary's 19 on TableRockSports.net. 45-19, the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. We're in the third quarter here at Cascade Christian. We want to let you know sports fans who access our games on mobile devices need to know that we have an app for that. The TRS app is available through the Apple and Android stores. Get to the games faster with the Table Rock Sports app. I'm Nate Goodyear. He's Jake McCoy. Calling the nightcap of the Holy War here between the women. The men have already won the first game for Cascade Christian, and their women's team is in the driver's seat. Fish into the lane, dumps it off to Joseph, and she's buckets from 18. Nice assist from Fish. Joseph now has 4. And it's 47-19 Challengers. Fish all over it defensively. Rothfuss finally finds her way in, but it's a 5-second violation. I credit Rothfuss for not losing the ball and being able to stick with it, but just tremendous defense out of Paisley Fish to force the 5-second call. And you know, Jake, sometimes those 5-second calls are on your teammates.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's no one getting open, you got to be moving. You got to be flashing to the ball.
Yeah, you can't be camping. You know, that's one thing that will drive some coaches insane. You know, just standing around. You know, they say if you're standing around, you're in the wrong spot. You know, so it happens. You know. Also, you know, in those situations, look for a back door. You know, thought we heard a whistle. Nope.
Well, they heard the buzzer, but it was too late. They'd already given her the ball.
Kind of a weird, funky possession right there for St. Mary's. Not very fair. We give them a buzzer and then.
Yeah, and you know, that's a sticky situation for the official because he did the right thing initially by waving off the sub.
Yeah.
But then I think when you notice that St. Mary's is affected by it and they're stopping, you're still with your 5-second count, I think then you got to blow the whistle
Yeah.
You don't have to allow the sub then either.
Right.
But, you can stop the play.
Yeah.
Ball out of bounds is going to go to St. Mary's. 4:14 left in the third quarter.
We got the official from the boys game. He's walking down the sideline now. I know he's tired. He's going to need an ice bath after this one.
Dole with a stutter step finds Rothfuss into the lane, draws the contact and the foul.
And one.
Riker Rothfuss finally on the board.
Got the mismatched LeBrons on. Okay, I like it.
Now you got to find the match. It's one of her teammates, right?
Right. It's got to be.
Rebound cleared by the Challengers. Now I'm just looking at shoes. This is horrible. I
know.
can't believe you pointed that out.
I get everybody started. I get everybody going on the shoes,
Dunn commits a foul. Abby Holt will head to the line.
I even get Chris Phillips asking me, he goes, all right, which ones are those, Sure enough, I got an answer most of the time, so.
It's either another player or it's a boyfriend. I've seen that before, too.
Yeah, right.
A couple of substitutions here. Abbott Salmon and Zoe Young checking in for the Crusaders. They'll replace Dunn and Christman. Ooh. Holt draws a bagel from the line. Rebound cleared by Young. 3:40 left in the third here on TableRockSports.net. Want to thank you for joining us. Rothfuss steps back. They're just daring her to shoot from outside. She doesn't want to pull the trigger. Nice switch there defensively. Mejia bullying her way inside and draws the foul. Paisley Fish with her second foul. That's the fourth team foul against the Challengers.
Morgan Dole able to avoid the turnover right there.
If she develops a step back, she's going to be dynamite because she's able to create the separation.
Yeah.
I just don't know that she's comfortable pulling the trigger from there.
As you see, she's rocking the neon Steph Curry's. Under Armour making its way into the basketball world.
Those aren't the Curry dad shoes, are they?
No. Those are his newest model. I believe they're his fourth signature shoe. I mean, to think in his first couple of years, obviously his ankles weren't doing too well. So I think they're, developing, a good shoe for Steph Curry. Now they need one for Klay Thompson. Poor guy sitting out the whole season.
Well, yeah, they already did. It's called an air cast.
Oh, that's
47-23 your score. Oh, nice move. Nice move and finish from Abby Holt. That's feet work, Ernie. Great feet work.
Great feet work. Just a solid move. Yeah, see there Morgan Dole, kind of showing that, she could probably develop that step back. You're
I'm
right.
sure she could, and that's one of those things where it's, as she misses off a nice feed there, where part of that is youth.
Yeah.
That's a tough shot.
Develop just a little bit more strength. Obviously, a step back is one of the more harder shots, but I mean, when you can create that separation and get your legs underneath you, it's a good shot to take.
We're getting a little bit wild there. Abbott Salmon and Caitlin Willard just sucked all the oxygen out of the gym with a little bit of a dust up there, getting a talking to.
Things slowed down just right there, didn't they?
2:09 left in the third quarter. And Sophie Ferreira checking back in. Fish will inbound.
It's going to be stolen by Mejia. She gives it up. Nice, unselfish play
Nice
right
move
there.
by Rothfuss to clear herself as well, but she couldn't finish. Paisley Fish. First time she's registered in the second half. She has 16 now to lead all scorers. 51-23 Challengers. Stolen. Willard. 2 more. Make it 10 for Caitlin Willard. She's in double figures, and the lead is up to 30 points for Cascade Christian. Look at that, though. Answering back.
Morgan Dole, the freshman.
First we've heard from her in the second half. But already now, St. Mary's has well surpassed their point total for the second quarter.
Absolutely. That was a tough one. I think that was kind of a big difference maker here in this ball game. You know, you can't have those 2-point quarters. Actually, I take that back. You know, in North Medford versus Grants Pass the other night, 2 points in the first quarter, 4 points in the second. Score 33 in the second half. Come back and win it at a game-winning buzzer beater. So that's probably about the only time you can score 2 points in a quarter and win the game.
Here's Ferreira. Oh, late whistle. But Ferreira will head to the line again, looking to add to her total. 54.3 left in the third quarter. Sharp vision is important for your student athletes on the field and in the classroom. Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon on Royal Avenue in Medford. Vision care for the entire family with state-of-the-art equipment and the optical boutique for the right look. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more. Ferreira hits a pair. She now has 14. 55-26 your score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Lippert thought about it. She's got Rajagopal, steps back. Oh, but she couldn't get a handle on it. She had a good look, too.
Good
faking,
move.
Driving, going baseline, yeah.
Blocked, though.
With 25 seconds left, Cascade is content to run a little bit of the clock here. Ferreira into the lane, up with the right hand. No good. 10 seconds now. Turnover. What a feed up court. Liz White. Oh, and Ferreira can't finish. 2 seconds left. Looking at the buzzer. Dole can't find it. And that's going to close the books on the third quarter. Well, that one was kind of a fun quarter for both sides. Unfortunately, the deficit was already there, but kind of kept with it. St. Mary's putting in a good effort, and we are going to be back with the fourth quarter of action right after this word from our sponsors on TableRockSports.net. All right, what the heck? We're back. 55-26 as we start the fourth quarter of play here on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Nate Goodyear and Jake McCoy thrilled to bring this one to you. It's been kind of a rough break here for St. Mary's. They just have been undone by a really bad second quarter. In fact, they did pretty well in that quarter. The score, they only gave up 12 points to Cascade Christian, but they scored 11 on their own, which is really pretty solid, but after scoring just 2 in the second quarter, that's what pretty much put the game out of reach. So the Challengers are going to get the ball here to start the fourth quarter with a 29-point advantage. Paisley Fish leads all scorers with 16. She's into the lane here, up and under. Oh, man, just too strong. A nice move. Here's Lippert. Rajagopal pulls. Not there.
All in due time. All in due time. Another year of lifting some weights and getting in the gym. She'll be able to hit that outside. You know, that what I call a 4-pointer.
That in the gym range.
That's right.
This game couldn't have come at a better time for Cascade Christian as they've lost consecutive conference games. that reach was so bad they called it a block. Second foul on Zoe Young.
It was almost a little like a late whistle, too, because he's like, oh.
I mean, there's just the look of dismay on his face.
All the refs wanted to blow their whistle at that one. They're like, all right, who's gonna do it, you know? So one of us has got to do it. Kind of made the gym a little quiet here tonight.
Willard tries the runner, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line. Kaylee Connor got her hand in there, but got a lot of body, too. Willard's had a pretty good evening. Double figures scoring, a chance to add to that. For Cascade, a win here would be their third in conference play. They're coming off consecutive losses to Elkton and then Douglas. Douglas, of course, the only conference matchup there, but everyone's chasing Sutherland at the top of the standings, coming in at 4-0. And having not played them yet, you still get a crack at them twice. So you got to keep yourself in a position. Oh, I'm sorry, they have already lost to Sutherland. Never mind. Either way, you get another crack at them is my point. One of the foul shots was good for Willard. Rajagopal finds Connor looking inside. Pass just a hair too late. She turns it over. Joseph on the block. She turns. Nice discipline there. She finds Haglock back in the game. Jump ball is going to go to St. Mary's. Well, Table Rock Sports is partnering with the Southern Oregon Sports Commission to promote the Know Your Role campaign to improve the culture surrounding youth sports. You'll hear messages from the campaign in tonight's game, and you can learn more by visiting travelmedford.org and click on Sports. The SOSC, Table Rock Sports, OSAA, and NFHS are partners in supporting a healthy sporting environment for all. So it's a timeout for St. Mary's. Kim Solden trying to use a teaching moment here. It's a short timeout, so we're going to go ahead and keep it here. Now's probably the time to let you know that you should subscribe to our channel on YouTube for Table Rock Sports. Our new YouTube-based Lithia Superstore Game Center located on the homepage of our website. You can watch multiple streams live or go full screen with the best action. You can help us keep this great service going by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just type Table Rock Sports in the search bar and click on the red subscribe button. You'll be entered to win prizes and get notices on your team's games as they go live. 6:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. Nate Goodyear and Jake McCoy with you. 56-26 your score. Paisley Fish leads all scorers with 16. Hot on her tail, however, is Sophie Ferreira, the senior, with 14 for Cascade. Nice moves to get into the lane for Dole, but she's cut off. Ball fake from Connor, finds Dole once again, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line for a pair. Fouls on Nia Joseph, her fourth. Sixth team foul against the Challengers. Caitlin Willard's going to check in as Joseph will go and have a seat with a hefty lead and 4 fouls. Dole splits the foul shot, scramble for the rebound, and it's going to stay with St. Mary's. Rajagopal inside has it blocked. She got a piece of Liz White, and Liz White got a piece of the ball. Rajagopal knocked down, gets back up, and steals the ball. She's got a chance to go to the basket, and she's fouled by Sophie Ferreira. .5:30 left to play, and it's the 7th team foul. Both teams now in the bonus. 4th foul against Ferreira. A little late on my update there. 56-28's the score. Ferreira is going to check out of the ball game with 4 fouls, and we're going to see Eliana Haglock check back in. Jake, she has no fouls. None. 0 fouls. Both the foul shots are good from Rajagopal. Her first 2 points of the ball game. Nice feed up court, too strong from Abby Holt.
Oh, she goes down hard.
Foul on the rebound. Yes, she did. Kaylee Connor is going to take the whistle. Caitlin Willard to the line. .5:19 to play. Free throws all the way. .13 points now for Caitlin Willard. 58-29 with 5:10 remaining. That shot blocked, but right to Rajagopal, who comes up short. Haglock with the board. Into the lane, throwing up a wild shot and missing is Caitlin Willard, but she gets a second bite at the apple, and she'll head to the line. Third foul on Morgan Dole. 9th on the Crusaders here in the second half. Mejia checking back into the ball game, as well as freshman Carmel Ashland making her first appearance. All right, 2 more free throws. Make it an even 15 for Caitlin Willard. Creeping up on being the top scorer. Dole with a feed to the corner. Mejia's thinking about it. That's Zoe Young on the skip. Back to Mejia now. Into the lane. Nice jump stop. Up off the glass, but just can't get the roll. Rough break. It looks like we're going to see a timeout out of Cascade Christian. John Thomas, it's going to be a full timeout. So we're going to step aside on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Cascade 60, St. Mary's 29 on TableRockSports.net.
Rock Sports would like to thank you fans for watching tonight and for your great comments on our new YouTube-based Lithia Superstore Game Center. Located on the homepage of our website, you can watch multiple streams live or go full screen with your favorite team's game. One way to help us keep this great service going is by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just type Table Rock Sports in the search bar and click on the red subscribe button. You'll be entered to win prizes and get notices on local sporting events before they go live. You help us with a click, we'll help keep you in the game when you can't be there live, and you'll have a chance to win crispy, crunchy chicken and 2020 game tickets to an Oregon College event. Subscribe.
60-29 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Table Rock Sports is pleased to welcome a new sponsor this winter, Schlesinger and de Villeneuve Attorneys PC. They specialize in the areas of personal injury, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and other claims, and have offices in Salem, Eugene, Roseburg, Grants Pass, Medford, and Klamath Falls. Nate Goodyear and Jake McCoy with you here on TableRockSports.net. It's the nightcap here of a Holy War doubleheader on Table Rock Sports. 60-29, Cascade Christian claiming the lead in this one. They pulled away as part of a 21-2 second quarter that left them up at the half by a score of 43-15. As we get a foul that's going to give the ball back to St. Mary's. Recap the game. Paisley Fish for Cascade Christian leads all scorers with 16. Caitlin Willard has made a charge here as of late, though. She has 15. And Sophie Ferreira in double figures as well for the Challengers. A nice feed inside. Earning a trip to the line is Morgan Dole, who's really put on the show tonight as far as St. Mary's is concerned, Jake.
Yeah, she's got a bright future in this program. I keep saying, obviously a younger talent, but she can shoot it. And I think, with time, I think a lot of more confidence will come within that jump shot. And I think obviously with time developing a little bit more, attributes to her game, she's going to be a threat. That's for sure.
Well, she's hit 3 triples so far this evening. As she splits the foul shots. 14 points for Dole, and it's a 30-point ball game. 3:57 left to go. Here's Rebecca Clark making her first appearance. Dumps it off. Short jumper. Abby Holt, no good. Scramble for the rebound, and it's on to St. Mary's. Callie Sween back in the contest for Cascade. Joel, no outlets. Top of the circle, step back. She's got an opportunity there, but passes on it. Mejia, elbow extended. Pump fake into the lane. Has it knocked away by Liz White. They're going to say it went off of her thigh. Cascade ball. Abby Holt back on the floor. And so is number 5, who we don't have a number for. Not a number 5 on any of the rosters I printed. But she very much exists, so...
maybe she's swinging. Maybe she's coming up from JV.
I would assume so, right? White splits the trap nicely with a good pass, and it's knocked out of bounds. Abby Holt took some contact there, but no whistle. Here's Haglock. Nice move, and she's fouled. It's on Zoe Young, her 3rd. Haglock looking to get in the scoring column. And she does. Haglock makes a pair. She now has 2. 62-30 with 3:13 remaining in the 4th quarter. There we go. Dole just a little strong, but she's got to have the confidence on that. That was a nice look.
Well, step back like we were talking about. Looks like she's kind of, working that into her game a little bit.
Even if you're on a team that's filled with underclassmen, it is tough to be a freshman and be a dude, the shot taker.
Right, absolutely.
That's a whole different element of being able to put a varsity team on your shoulders and feel confident that, hey, if I feel I've got a look, it's a good look.
Absolutely. I mean, she's shown that leadership, obviously. I think she's played pretty much most of this game as she, goes to the bench right now. I think that's maybe her second or third time even sitting. So I think her coach sees, obviously, a bright future in her, and I think we all do. I mean, she's definitely shown a lot of sparks and good energy and obviously some great offensive skills. I think over time, those are just going to develop even more and more.
Here comes Cascade. 2:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Haglock, nice spin move, can't finish. Done with an outlet pass. Let's see if Rothfuss can outrun the defense, and she does. Four points for Rothfuss, and that came off a really strong outlet pass from Kelsey Dunn. Got to give her credit there, 62-32. Sweem. Haglock, plenty of space. Not even thinking about shooting. And it's knocked away. Abbott Salmon with quick hands, and here we go the other way. Rothfuss into the lane. Nice step move, and a finish with the left hand. 6 now for Riker Rothfuss. Good body control and a strong finish with the offhand for the sophomore. Too many steps. 1:09 left to play. Nate Goodyear and Jake McCoy thanking you for joining us on TableRockSports.net.
Doubleheader. It's been fun tonight.
Yeah, it has. Cascade Christian earning themselves a sweep. Hannah Hensley checking into the ballgame for the first time for Cascade Christian. Now we're going to get another sub. Man, referees hate that. Carmel, look at his head tilted to the side. Carmel Ashland back into the game. And, coaches do that to officials, too, just to game them a little bit,
Absolutely.
It's like the when you call a timeout to ice a kicker right at the very end, right when you know he's about to kick it. It's the same thing with the officials. You wait for them to just about hand,
Yep.
Coaches got their arm, they're grabbing the jersey.
Good pass.
Yeah, nice turnover there. A good finish.
St. Mary's showing some life. Showing some life here at the end. We like that. Play till the last buzzer. I'm going to get an 8-second call here. Oh, I got timeout.
Timeout, all right.
Is it 8 or is it 10 in high school? I always get that a little...
Well, I assumed it was 10, but I also assumed there was a shot clock. So I don't know if I'm the guy to ask for that. Short timeout, we're going to go ahead and keep it here. Just to kind of finish the point about gaming the officials. I mean, you know that Kim Soldan's over there. She's got that player's jersey in her hand,
right.
And she's just waiting for that sign. Now,
Yep.
go.
Yep. Like you said, it's almost just like icing the kicker. That ref, I mean, he just give her the head tilt, like, really? We thank our officials, though, for coming out tonight.
Oh, heck yeah. It's not an easy job, man. If it was, I'd want to do it.
Right. I had a try. It's funny. It's funny. We were talking about it, and I had a dream the other night. I was a ref. For some reason, I had a dream. I got up and down that court about 2 times. Oh, my goodness.
You might have harassed one too many of them in a former life.
I had to, yeah, I think that's what it was. They were haunting me. Yep. And,
it's the thing, man. We move on. The referees never do.
Oh, they never forget your face either. I see them at these games, and they remember me. I was a little scrappy back in the day.
Oh, man, my old man's been refereeing high school games for 40 years, and they're still.
It's dedication.
It's a thankless job, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You either love them or hate them.
And
there's no in between.
I mean, I thank them for doing it because this stuff wouldn't happen. It's easy for us to rag on them.
Right, of course.
We get to sit up here with headsets on.
Yeah.
And if you're a player, I mean, I've never seen a player commit a foul in their whole life. So
of course, right.
It's it's when you start vocally and verbally going after him from the stands. That's when it's just, come on. What do you?
Yeah. What are you achieving here?
Timeout here for St. Mary's.
That'll probably make him go biased towards the other way most of the time,
Full timeout. Oh, my. Well, let's hear from one of our sponsors. 62-36 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Back after this.
1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit Eye Care.
Home stretch here at Cascade Christian. The Challengers are up 62-36 here on TableRockSports.net. Going for the clean sweep, and with the win tonight, they'll improve to 3-2 in conference play, up to 10-8 overall. St. Mary's is set to drop to 1-16 overall, and 0-5 in Far West League play. 33.3 seconds left. Cascade Christian underneath the far basket. Inbound stolen. Dunn up and over the defense. Too strong. Salmon scrapping for the board. And the jump ball is going to go to Cascade Christian. 25.6 left. Mishandled by Hensley. Nice flash, but too strong on the finish from Kaylee Connor. 9 seconds left now. 6. Dunn wants a 3 at the buzzer, and she's got it. Kelsey Dunn, what the heck? Why not? That caps a pretty solid night for the freshman, but alas, it was not enough. 62-39, your final score. We're going to step aside momentarily and come back with some final stats. Again, the final, Cascade Christian 62, St. Mary's 39, right here on TableRockSports.net. Welcome back, 62-39, your final on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It was a good fourth quarter for St. Mary's. They outscored Cascade Christian 13-7. In fact, the second half really went pretty well for St. Mary's, but by that time the game had already been decided. It was 43-15 at the break. So, after that, I think you'd have to be pleased with the second half if you're St. Mary's, just to be able to keep the second half as an even score. And, Jake, I would think that if you go into the halftime, if you go into halftime like that as St. Mary's, you're fighting an uphill battle. I think, isn't that what you tell your team is, let's win the second half?
Yeah, I think you say, I think like I said earlier, just kind of play without looking at the scoreboard. I think that's what they did. They really did play until that final buzzer, and then obviously as a younger team like that, that's going to, practice good habits for the future, and I feel like Coach, really established just told the team at the half to say, hey, let's go out there, let's just play our game. Let's obviously, develop some skills that are going to benefit us in the long run. And I feel like that's what St. Mary's did. So they definitely they finished this game strong, and they played till that final whistle.
Yeah, I think that was really the biggest credit to them, because they they did win the second half, 24-19.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's and they did that with a lot of underclassmen, not a single senior on the roster.
Right.
But alas, they dropped to 1-16, 0-5 in league. Leading scorer tonight, Paisley Fish led all scorers with 16, followed by Caitlin Willard with 15 for Cascade Christian. Third player in double figures for the Challengers was senior Sophie Ferreira. Only one player in double figures for St. Mary's, and it was Morgan Dole with 14. She hit 3 triples and was pretty solid from the line. A good performance for Morgan Dole tonight.
She played well. The freshman. She's got a bright future.
Well, that does it for us. For Jake McCoy, I'm Nate Goodyear. Again, the final on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Cascade Christian 62, St. Mary's 39. The Challengers completing a clean sweep of the Holy War basketball division here at Cascade Christian this evening. So I want to thank you for tuning in to TableRockSports.net, and head on over to our YouTube page. Smash that subscribe button, and you can get updates on all the teams you love here on TableRockSports.net. Once again, for Jake McCoy, Nate Goodyear saying good night from Cascade Christian High School.